It says I'm live. Let's see. Let's see. Um, yeah, hi everyone. Dallas Piana here from Coaching Scaling Secrets. This is a little too high up here. Can't breathe. Okay. So today I wanted to talk to you about how to make money passively every day using from your coaching business. Now, many of you have been taught, you need to have like a signature product, a signature program, costs a lot of money. But a lot of times people need to warm up to you with other kinds of purchases from you to see what do you provide? What is the quality of your work, right? So last week we talked about upselling, providing a one-time offer after your lead magnet. Lead magnet is your free resource, right? That you use to attract your ideal clients towards you. Okay. If you're just hopping on, say hi. So you're attracting clients to you, and then through your email sequence, or you can do it through, if you're using something more complicated like ClickFunnels or Kajabi or something like that, you can create a sales funnel that allows you to sell a very low-end offer right after the free lead magnet, right? Today, I wanted to talk about another idea that you can make money from passively from your audience that's not your signature product. Okay. So let me just make sure that the sound is working here. You can make money. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. And so let's just look at a value ladder, right? This is a value ladder. Now, a lot of times you see it a different way, but this, I drew it like a ladder. Okay, grass down here, here's the ladder, right? So the first thing that you offer to attract people to you is something for free, right? No money. It's like, here it is. Do you want it? Give me your email address and I will send it to you. Then last week we talked about offering a one-time offer immediately after or within a few days of the lead magnet, offering something that's low from $7 to $67. Now, these are, my range. You can decide where you fit into this ladder with your products and services. What I wanted to talk to you today was something at about $99, $97 up to $500. That's an evergreen. An evergreen means that it runs without you. There's no coaching. There's no hybrid to it. It's not like a course and you hop in. It's actually they buy something from you and they do it on their own. Okay. And then of course you have your much higher signature product up here, which is generally in the coaching industry is a hybrid, right? Is some on, coaching, it was group coaching, and then they move through some modules, perhaps. They don't have to. It may be all one-on-one coaching or group coaching where you're delivering the material week after week after week. Okay. But for today's purposes, I wanted to talk about something that it falls into this range. Okay. So, so what could it be, right? We talked about the lead magnet, the upsell was creating another ebook or a guide or a worksheet or a template that you could charge low, $7, $17 for. This being a significantly higher in price has to have more meat to it, right? Has to be providing much more education or information or resources to the person so that they see that their return on the investment of what you are providing to them, for a particular cost is higher than what you're charging. Okay. So what would those things be? Right. So what I like to do is I like to go, let me just kind of map this out here. Okay. It's easier for me. I'm visual, right? So here is where your client is starting from when they sign up with you. And B is the transformation, right? The result, the outcome. And this is your program in between that fills the gap between A and B, right? So you have certain things that you're teaching people so that they can methodically move and improve and get to B, right? So when you want to create an evergreen product that's around $100 or more that you're going to market to your ideal clients, you can choose something within the A to B here and create a low price evergreen product, okay, from your material, okay? So you could take a piece of your master signature flagship product program and take a small piece of it and repackage it and sell it as a standalone product. Okay? That people would gladly pay you $97 for, $127 for, $237 for it. Okay? But it's basically they're going on their own. Okay, they can basically move through it on their own. So for instance, is this making sense, you guys that are on here? Let me just refresh here. Let me see who's on. Okay. So certain things. What are some of the things you could do? You could do an email challenge over 21 or 30 days, or even it could be 7 days, 14 days. Okay. But what are you providing? What's the information you're providing in an email challenge? What does that look like? Is that you would send out an email for the length of the challenge, providing information, education to your buyer, someone who bought your product, and then you would provide some kind of assignment in the email. Okay. And then you would the following day send out another email and then another email. So basically your buyers move into a separate campaign or list, and then you are every day providing them with information, so you're not overwhelming them. A lot of times when you give people like the whole product all at once, they gobble it up and they don't implement anything. What I love about email challenges is that you're just doling out within 24 hours the information and then the assignment that you hope that they take action with, so it's not overwhelming them. Okay. And there actually is some growth and some, learning that happens with an email challenge. So you can do that. Email challenges are great. You could do a video challenge or a video educational program. You could upload video trainings to your YouTube channel, unlist them so nobody sees them, but through email, you give the video access to the videos to people that, so people that have the link to the videos can actually access the program. You could give all the video links at once. You could give them over time. Either way, doesn't matter. So that's another thing you could do. Obviously, you could set it up, your evergreen program or product. It's really a product through, if you're using ClickFunnels or Kajabi or Contra or any of that, where you can actually set up modules to a fast-paced program. That's a possibility as well. Now, what do I mean by passively every day? So how are you promoting it? That's what it's all about. How are you promoting it? So there's a couple of ways you can promote it. Is that you would, in your email that you're putting out, and I hope that you're knowing at this point, working with me and listening to me, is that you want to be doing email to your list at least 3 times a week. Okay, 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There's my dog barking. At least 3 times a week. Okay, so at the bottom of your email, you could definitely, in the PS line or underneath your signature line, you could list out what are some products that you sell, right, that are on your own. You go through them on your own, and you could just write what they are, and then click here and brings them to the sales page, which you can easily make in all these autoresponders. You don't need something like ClickFunnels or Kajabi. If you don't have the funds to start, you don't really have to do that anymore. So many of these autoresponders have sales pages right there. You just connect it to, you create the landing page, the sales page, connect it to your Stripe, and then you have a link that's to that sales page, and you put it into the email. So you describe what it is, the product that you're selling, what are the benefits, and then click here. You don't have to put it all, detail there. Have all the detail over there on the landing page about the product. Okay. So put it in the PS line. So every time you put out an email, you can promote it that way. Okay. So passively, people are going to start to check you out. They're going to click on it. They may not today decide that they want it. Okay. But if they are someone who is continuously opening up your emails and reading your content because it's interesting, eventually they're going to start looking at what else are you providing and start clicking on what else you provide in the PS line. Okay. And they may not buy today, but they may buy tomorrow, may buy in a month from now, 6 months from now, whatever. So, but you never know. Everybody is on a journey of their own, right? The buyer's journey, right? Everyone is moving at their own pace and therefore is looking to buy things from you at different times, meaning, where they're aware of what you have to offer and are they ready to step in and do some of the work that your program provides? Or are they wanting to, get what is that you're offering? Okay. So that is one of, hi, Vicki. That's one of the ways you can do it. Okay. And so you're not really, you're just adding it on the bottom and you're seeing who is taking advantage of it. Now you're going to see is that as you grow your email list, right? You want to bring in, grow your email list every day. And as you grow it, more people are going to be reading your content, the 3 times a week, and more people will be checking out what is this evergreen product that you have in your PS line down here. They're going to click on it and they're going to go check out the sales page and see if it's something for them. Okay. Now you could do it that way and just let it go. Okay. And then you can just watch your Stripe account every day. Money is coming in. Okay. But you've got to be adding more and more people to your email list. And we talked about that earlier, other, Facebook Lives, how to build your audience, how to grow your email list. The best way is through that lead magnet as people enter the group. Okay. And there are other ways, obviously. So that's really, let's see, what else can you do? Or you can promote it if you want. If you don't want to do it in a PS line, you can certainly promote it, once a week to your group, part of your email. Okay. That you're showcasing it. Okay. You could do it that way as well, but that's not as passive as having it in the PS line. Okay. You can also put links to the sales page in your intro on your Facebook page. You can certainly add it to your welcome description in your Facebook group. See what I have other ways I can help you achieve what you want. You can put it in your welcome description. You can put it in your description of your group. You can put your link there. So people will click on things because they're going to want to know what you're up to. Okay. And you just let it roll. And from time to time, you can go live and talk about a particular product, this evergreen product that you have. So, what I've been working on is a 21-day group growth impact challenge, because what I find from my audience, you guys out there, is you open up this group, a Facebook group, and you don't know how to build it, continuously build it, don't know how to put out content, what kind of content to put out, what are all the things, the touch points that you can do to get people engaged with you. Now, Facebook groups, as you'll see with mine too, the engagement comes and goes. Doesn't matter. People are lurking though. They are watching you. So the best thing to do is to continuously, be the leader of your group and put out valuable information there, and then promote your offer, every 2 weeks at the minimum. Okay. So what I have put together is a 21-day email challenge. So you'll get an email with an assignment, education, and then an assignment of how to actually improve your group and get your group up and running. So if you want to be one of the first people I contact about that, just say, what are we going to call this? We'll say email challenge below in the comments, and I'll be sure that you get a special invite to that product, and you do it on your own. Okay, really, it's going to be exciting. So it's just the finishing touches are coming up on it. Okay, so do you have any questions about this? About how to set up an evergreen product? If you have questions about it, comment below. Or do you already have one? Do you already have a low price evergreen product that you are promoting through your email or through your social media platforms with a link that's just like there all the time, and that people can check you out? What do you have going on? I know there's a little bit of a time delay here, so I'll just wait and find out. Do you have a evergreen product, something in the range of maybe $97 to $500, which is you do it on your own. Your buyer would read your content on their own, perhaps do the workshop, the homework or the assignments on their own, and it's something that they could sign up for on their own. You're not actually actively promoting it. It's kind of tucked away in on your social media sites, the link to the sales page, or from your email, tucked in the PS line or the body of your emails to go check out a particular evergreen product. This is not your signature flagship program. This is a small piece that is congruent with what you offer, right? So you want to have it congruent with what you offer. Okay. The other thing, it just dawned on me. The other thing is, sometimes when we're making our signature offer and we have all these things we want to teach and it's too much. So you start taking things away, right? So you don't, it's not necessary. You can, whatever you're taking away, you can create a program on or a product on that you can sell. It's almost like the story of the donut and the donut hole. Do you know the story? How the donut hole came about? That, Dunkin' Donuts was the first to sell the donut hole. So years ago, many years ago, bagels, they actually pulled out the center of the bagel so that the bagel would actually cook thoroughly when it was dropped in whatever liquid it was dropped in, and then it was put on these kind of rods to dry. Well, they were finding when donuts came about, decades ago, that the donuts that were solid, they were a little mushy in the middle. So they decided, looking at what the bagel was doing, let's take out the hole. And the donuts were then cooked more thoroughly through and through. But instead of throwing out, now they have this dough from the center. What can they do with it? So for decades, they threw it out until someone came up with the bright idea is to take that donut hole and market and make a donut out of it, like a little eatable donut hole. And that's how it became, I can't remember what Dunkin' Donuts calls it, but that they sell just the donut holes. So it's taking like your discard from your signature program that you're taking away from it. You're not going to include it. And how can you still market it and make money from it? Right? You could think about, the lumber industry, cutting down all these logs and making, the logs into paper, and they're left with bark and sawdust everywhere. Well, eventually someone came up with the bright idea to take the discard of the bark material and resell it as bark pieces to fertilize gardens, right? So there's a great documentary from the man that came over here from, war-torn Cambodia, came to Los Angeles, California, and started his donut shop, and then how he trained everyone, all his family and friends that came over from Cambodia, and they kind of took over the marketing space of the donut industry in California. and it's a great story. And you know what? I'll drop that into the email I send out on Thursday. So if you want to watch it, it's a fantastic story about how they came to be. So Jasmine, what's your product? What is your product that you are selling as an evergreen? Oh, so Vicky, smart cart for landing page. Still have to create that. Okay, perfect. Smart cart is great. Thrive is another one. I believe you can do Thrive. But you guys, you don't need to invest money in these software, third-party software. If you don't have the money for something like that, you're just starting out, check and see if your autoresponders now will allow you to build landing pages that have a sales component to it, and you can hook it to Stripe. Okay. So don't think that you have to invest more money in this, because in the beginning, you're trying to bring in revenue, right? So that you can then buy these other things and expand out and become more robust. So let's see. We've got a bunch of 28-day transformation program. Great. And how do you deliver it, Jasmine? How is it delivered? Is it modules that someone goes through it themselves? Is it through an email challenge? How are people going through that? What are autoresponders? Autoresponders are like email autoresponders. So like MailChimp, Aweber, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, where you are building your body of contacts from people that download your free lead magnet, your free resource, and you have everyone's name and email on a list. And then you can put out one email and automatically goes out to everyone on that list, or you can tag people and decide who gets what from you. Okay. Oh, you're on Linktree. Okay. There's so many different places to be. So it's for $147. Great. And so they go through Linktree, which is like modules, right? Yeah. So how to market it. Vicky, do it through your email. Market it through your email. Put it as a PS line. Say, here's another way I can help you achieve XYZ. Put the title of the product on there. What is the benefit? Don't go into a lot of detail. Say a click here, and then lead them over to where they can read more about it on a sales page or landing page. Okay. Wow, you're giving a lot, Jasmine. That's fantastic. I personally don't like MailChimp. I would recommend Aweber. Aweber is free for the first 500 contacts that you add to a list, and I can drop the link there. I think they give you it's an affiliate link. I mean, if you go over 500, I'll make a small small amount of money from it. Great. You have a 30-day trauma informed journal for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Wow. Wow. Okay. Great. So that's a product. So how are you delivering the 30 days of information? Are you going to do it through email? Are you doing it through a modules that is set up somewhere? Like, how did you set it up? How did you create it, Vicky? Is it on YouTube videos? Did you house it over there on YouTube? I'll send you the link for sure. So tell me how in modules on Sam's cart. Okay, great. Perfect. So market it. You can actually market it through a Facebook Live. You can market it through a post. You want to do it on your personal page, on your group, wherever your ideal clients are hanging out. But I would also stick it into a PS line of your emails that are going out routinely. Okay. So that people can see it and click on it and go to it. All right. Those people that are reading your emails for sure. Fantastic, Jasmine. That's great. Written modules. Okay, good. All right. So you guys are good. So for everybody else, I hope that you are thinking about this. You can be making money now, not from a signature program, but from an evergreen, smaller, less expensive program. Where are we here? Okay, on your value ladder, right? Going up, and you can be making money passively from that promotion of that product. Okay. It doesn't have to be, usually our signature programs, we do master classes, we do launches, we do workshops and big challenges to get people into the higher ticket things. But for these smaller ticket things, all you have to do is put it into your email and let people decide when is the time to buy. Okay. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you for today. I so enjoy talking to you every single week and talking to many of you over there in Messenger. So I'll drop that link to a Weber as soon as I get off. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.